Okay, this is gonna be a shorter one for the upper body. Just a little bit of mobility and movement here. So let's start in all fours and just getting into some spinal segmentation. So elbows forward, pushing up through the hands. I want you to untuck the pelvis, drop the belly, open the collarbones, lift the chin, and then opposite, tuck the pelvis underneath, push through the palms, arch the back. Untuck the pelvis, open up segmentally as much as possible. Tuck the pelvis, roll underneath of you. Open the pelvis, drop the ribs, open up through the chin, and then tuck the booty, tuck the pelvis, roll and arch through the back. One more time. Untuck, lift through the chest, and then tuck through the pelvis, roll up into the shoulders, and then relax, come into a more neutral position here. And I just want you to go side to side with the hips. So sending the hips to each side, just nice and at your own pace, whatever feels good for you. We're just opening up kind of that inner aspect of the groin and just shifting the pelvis a little bit, finding a little bit of movement through there. Few more here. Okay. And then we'll come down onto the belly. And you can use a block or something if you like, if you want to have a little bit of extra support under your head here, or you can just bring your body all the way down to the ground. And we'll start with the left arm forward, thumb up towards the sky. Roll that shoulder blade back and down, and then I just want you to lift that arm. I've got my other arm just kind of hanging out here, supporting me on the other side. A little bit of engagement into that, but we're going to start lifting this left arm off the ground, just doing a few lift offs here in this position. Amazing. Two more. Really trying to squeeze that shoulder blade back and down. Awesome. Release that. Give yourself a breath, and then we'll roll once more. That shoulder's blade is going to come back and down. We'll lift that arm. Try to scoop that arm all the way around and back. And then when you get to sort of your max extension, flip the arm. So now we're trying to get our thumb up towards the ceiling, and then bend at the elbow so we're coming over the back here and getting as much range of motion through the arm that we can. And then we'll do the opposite, so coming all the way out and then flipping that arm, so thumb up to the ceiling as much as we can, and then coming all the way back down, touching the ground and scooching it all the way back up. Thumb to the ceiling for as long as possible, and then flip the palm all the way open, bend at the elbow, come towards the middle back as much as you can, and then push that arm out and away, rotate through the arm, and then come all the way up. Tap the bottom of the arm, bottom of the wrist and hand, and then send that arm right back up towards the ceiling, scooping up, rotating underneath, and then start to bend that elbow, coming up towards the mid-back as much as possible, working within your own range of motion. Rotate through that arm to come on out. We're going to go for one more round here. Pushing up as much as possible, flip, and then pull all the way in, push it all the way out, and then rotate, coming all the way back, and then just drop that arm. Whew. Let's rotate to the other side here. So here, I'm lifting the right arm up, and I'm going to do those little lift offs here. So lifting here with the right arm. Amazing. Okay. Slowly, just to give that a moment to sort of settle in. And then once more, we'll do that same sort of swimmer pattern on the opposite side. So for me, that's my right arm right now. I'm going to roll my shoulder back and down, lift that arm up, bring that over, and then rotate the palm, and bend at the elbow, bring that towards the midline, and then push the hand out, rotate through, and then come all the way up, nice and slow. Drop the arm down, bring it back up, another round. Here we go. Flip the palm, pull at the elbow, bring it to the mid back, push it back out, and then rotate, coming all the way out. Drop it down, push it back up. Nice and slow here. Bend at the elbow, bringing that arm all the way up as much as you can, and then slowly pushing back out. Rotate through, going all the way like this, all the way up. Touch the arm down, thumb towards the ceiling. Open, 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 open. Flip it, rotate, pull, bend that elbow, and then push the arm all the way out. And then coming all the way back up to the top. Amazing. Let that relax and release. And then while you're here face down, just sort of push up into a little cobra position. Maybe grab your block if you feel like you want to have something to kind of squeeze onto here. And get into a position that feels available in your upper back here. So if you can push all the way up onto your forearms, great. If you need to sort of support yourself with your block or a pillow and be in a position like this, that's great too. I have the range to get up into this position on my forearms here, pressing my forearms into the ground. So here I am, and I'm just going to do a few neck circles in this position here. So bringing the chin down towards the chest and then opening up through the neck. We're just doing some neck car circles in a different orientation here. Let's do one more this direction, and then we'll switch up to the other side. One more big circle here. Amazing. And then from this position, so long as it feels good in your shoulders, your low back, we're just going to bring a little bit of core contraction in. So what I'm going to get you to do is bring your hands together if it feels good, but we're going to move from this upper cobra position into a forearm plank. And so in order to do that, we're going to tuck the toes and then sort of tuck the pelvis underneath us and then push up through the arms into this plank position, holding that plank position. Send the body forward and then slowly release, drop it down, open up through the chest. Tuck the toes, coming in, tuck the pelvis, and then really nice and supported, push yourself up through the wrists. Go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly. You can also do this from your knees too if that's what's available for you. Just work within your own range of motion. So collarbones up. You can look all the way up if that feels good. Tuck the toes, tuck the pelvis, and then lift the waist and the rest of the body coming into that plank position. Pushing through the elbows. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll go one more time. Slowly bring yourself down. Say mentally, open up, and then curl in, tuck the toes, curl the pelvis. Push the body forward. Push through the hands and, forearms and elbows. For 4, 3, 2, 1. And just slowly uncurl everything. Drop it all down onto the ground and then get yourself up into a more seated position. Here we're just going to rotate through the arms a little bit. So bring your arms out into a T and then just go thumbs down and then rotate. So palms up, thumbs down, rotate through the shoulders, palms up, thumbs down, rotate through the shoulders. Just be really intentional here. Getting that rotation, opening up. Trying to get that rotation coming from the upper arm bone. Ooh. And then just hold a bit of a stretch here. So my thumbs are pointing to the wall behind me. Just rotating nice and open. Take some deep breaths into the chest. Think about tractioning your arms away from each other. Stretching through that front line. Breathing into those tight spaces. Go for 2 more breaths here. And then slowly unwind that and release. Okay, hopefully that got everything moving through the upper body there. A little bit of stretch and contraction.